like bridesmaids. And they all think so, don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He made sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look at my snap. I take your man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this guy in the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Baby lay, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Like a Monday,
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from the Superdome. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go. All right, two. Ready.
Breeze now on first down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Good. 5-4, ready. Left.
Throwing now is Breeze. And got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive the team towards a victory.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
36. Ready. Set.
Shotgun now for Breeze. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Breeze will try again on 2nd down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Barr coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. to throw for it on fourth. That's complete to Meredith. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 27 yards, a big play there on fourth.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on fourth down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on fourth down here early in the game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ready? You ready? One sec.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play fake. Cousins. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Good. Two. First.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. He's at the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 76 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Bailey got the extra point. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Bailey now to kick this one away. To return it, Alvin Kamara. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
21. Ready, play set.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And Gibbs got it. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
11. Here we go.
Trying to pound it in, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he elects not to bring this one out as his guys will take over at the 25. For the Minnesota Vikings, earlier you and I were breaking down Kirk Cousins' season and the disappointment there, but they go from 13-3 to 8-7-1, and this was a team that many thought off that 13-3 season were Super Bowl contenders. What happened?
I think they struggled with Kirk Cousins meshing in as their new starting quarterback. Their offensive line had its share of troubles up front. Couldn't keep Dalvin Cook healthy as their lead runner. But the defense, even though the numbers were good at the end of the year, they struggled throughout as well. They had some games where they gave up some big plays. Remember the Rams game earlier in the season? The Packers game that was a tie, I think the second game of the year. So all in all, they could just never get that consistency and cohesiveness that they had in 2018. But it's a team that's not very far away. They can bounce right back into the playoffs in this upcoming year.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. On 4th down, they do snap it to Cousins. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
11. Ready. We're waiting. What's up?
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to New Orleans after this.
11.
On 1st down, Breeze. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another 1st down. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Everson Griffin in there to get him for a loss of 5.
21.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
That's it, baby.
Breeze now on 3rd and goal. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. On fourth down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker Will Lutz for the field goal attempt. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lutz puts this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Left side caught by Diggs. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Cousins on first down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Now a second down throw for Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play, as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Two.
Cousins from the gun on third. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. Running for it. Here's Cook. And an alley to run. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. The fourth down run. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Cousins. Going for the deep ball. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
21. Ready. We're waiting. 36. 0-2. 11.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Mackenzie Alexander in on the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Breeze. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now, a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Shotgun now for Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, easy. Left.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And incomplete on the deep ball. Thomas, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Monday. Ready. We're waiting. 12.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great
blitz coming, and down he goes. Demario Davis. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during the game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
Here's Matt Weil now, and surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
He'll get it up the middle, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Now Cousins. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. When you throw it this close to the goal line, usually you're thinking touchdown. Here they actually complete it but lose yardage.
When you're this close to the goal line, you have to anticipate that maybe you're going to see a defense that you can make a case that there's 11 in the box. There's just no room. So I'm with you. You've got to find a way to push things downfield a little bit. Any type of space is better than what we just saw there. And that end result, not one that's satisfactory to them.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now Breeze. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ben Gideon not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
0-2, 0-2. 21.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And he's got it. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Breeze to throw. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Now Breeze. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On fourth, they'll go again and try it once more. To throw is Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Back to throw Breeze. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Everson Griffin in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Ready. Yellow lady. Good set. 12.
Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back, but it's still a 3rd and 8. The Saints on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
21, 21, 21. 21, 21, 21.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, he'll definitely take them.
And Lutz's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So there was a little meat on that ball, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments. But kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one is incomplete. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still